Hey everybody, welcome back for another fun live stream. This time I brought on one of my buddies here. Introduce yourself.
I'm CaptainApostate.
Anyway,
The voice needs work.
the voice definitely needs work. Let me see here, hold on. I completely forgot to link this. I'm gonna open this up so that we can see the comments. Hold on. In case anybody actually shows up. Because it's kind of the dead of night right now where we are, which means probably anybody who's actually around where we are won't see this.
Darkest day. Oh wait, sorry, wrong superhero.
Okay. Anyway, I think it's just chilling. Well, that's weird. Okay. Anyway, here we go. Whoops. That's something else. Gotta close that. There we go. Oh.
Are we still broadcasting?
Yes, no, we're still broadcasting. Okay. There we go. All right. So go on and why don't you open up with the topic of discussion.
Well, it's an oldie where I come from. But no, this is the infamous lesson 2.
Speak louder.
Sorry. The infamous lesson 2, Obey Jehovah, featuring Caleb, Sparlock the warrior wizard, and the evil Caleb's mother. Will Sparlock triumph over ignorance? We will see.
I don't have much hope.
I don't either.
All right, hit play.
Your viewing audience may not be able to hear the video.
That's okay. You wouldn't want to.
Oh no, it's Sparlock. Caleb, we need someone to save us.
That is one four-legged woman.
Activate the magic, Sparlock. Hi. How was school today? Fine. Look at Sparlock's magic, Caleb.
It's purple as
What
fuck.
toy is that? It's Sparlock, the warrior wizard. Whoa, a warrior wizard. Yeah, my friend gave it to me. All the kids are going to see the movie. Can I see it too? Oh, your friend gave this to you. You look pretty excited about this. Why don't you come over here and get your snack, okay?
Wait while I crush your dreams.
Really, what is wrong with her leg, though?
Yeah, it's because he's eating wood chips, wood sticks.
Is this toy magical?
I think it's a glitch in the animation.
Caleb,
No, they're
who
vegan
likes
snacks.
magic? Jehovah or Satan? Satan. Right. Magic is bad. That's why Jehovah hates it. Do you really want to play with something that Jehovah hates?
You mean like the weird thing in your bedroom drawer?
Do you remember who we learned about at family worship? Who is this? Adam and Eve. Right. Did they obey Jehovah? No, they disobeyed Jehovah. And he got very sad. So what if you disobey Jehovah and play with toys he doesn't like?
You mean like rods that when you throw down they turn into snakes?
Do you think Jehovah will be happy or sad? Sad. Yeah. Do you want Jehovah to be sad? No. I don't want Jehovah to be sad. No, I don't want Jehovah to be sad with you either.
You don't need to be sad with somebody.
So what do you think you should do with
Like
this?
angry with somebody, sad with somebody. What?
They said that?
Yeah, he said, I want Jehovah to be sad with me.
Oh, that means I'm happy with him.
I know, but that's how weird.
Caleb, I am so proud
I'm
of
so
you.
proud of you for
You made
wasting your
Mommy
friend's
very
toy.
happy. And you know who else is happy? Jehovah. Yes. Jehovah loves you very much for
He
obeying
loves taking
him,
toys
Caleb.
away from children.
Hey, you know what I want to do? What?
I wonder when they're gonna
I
start.
wanna go
Dude, I wonder if
ride
they're gonna
bikes.
start marketing
Yay,
Caleb and
let's
Sophia
go.
toys.
They're missing out on quite a bit of money if they don't.
It's like throw away those nasty Sparlock toys and start playing with their Caleb and Sophia toys. Any parting thoughts about that lovely piece of cinematic art?
Well, I think it's quite clear that dear old mom was being manipulative as hell.
Mm, nice lady.
Yeah. It's like, is that popular? Oh, no, sorry, you can't have that. It's against our religion.
Well, not only was it popular, but it had magic.
Yes. Now, I can't think of any
So
magic
her
in the
mom-
Bible. Can you?
I don't know, but regardless, his mom believes in magic. Apparently.
Apparently so, yes.
What? People believe in magic still?
Do
Do you believe in magic?
you believe in magic? Oh, that song. I wish.
That'd be nice. Be convenient. But it would also be really obviously perilous if it fell in the wrong hands.
True.
Which means the government, of course, would be on that shit if there were magic around. You know, the government would be like, okay, they pull up to your house the minute that you did something with your magic. Be like, all right, hi, we're here to confiscate the magical being within the house for government testing.
Unless there was some kind of, I don't know, ministry of magic that worked with the government to kind of keep. Anyway. All I know is that
That's probably Jehovah's Witnesses because, I mean, up until recently anyway, they were affiliated with the government, right?
well, if you're talking about the UN NGO, then yes. I recall reading as a lad all of these weird, rosy kind of articles about the UN in the early 90s, I think, to mid 90s, about they're interviewing people from the UN and they're saying like, the UN does this. Oh, well, that's noble. And I was like, what the F? It's like they're supposed to be like the wild beasts. So that was one of those things that made me go.
That and that
glitch.
talk that you heard. What was
Oh,
that talk? Tell me about the talk that you heard.
Which one?
The one that was absurd and made you kind of woke you up a little bit,
Oh, that didn't really wake me up,
but
but
you just thought it was dumb.
it was dumb as hell. So, okay. So this guy says his kid had, or somebody's kid, right? I'm guessing it was Andre's kid. So Andre is talking to his son who has this picture of Godzilla or freaking King Kong or something, and he just likes the picture. He likes the thing. It's like, this kid is going to have problems. But anyway, so the guy like freaking guilts the kid over holding that picture and liking that thing is idolatry. So basically he manipulates the kid into throwing it away.
That's the whole story.
Yep.
Wow.
And I thought, that's
Really dumb.
stupid. Yeah.
Man. So do you remember ever, like, I don't know, ever hearing of kids getting their asses beaten during the meeting?
Well, sure. You didn't?
Well, of course I did. I was one of the kids getting my ass beaten.
Well, so was I.
Tell us about your lovely experience.
God, I couldn't have been more than like 3 or 4 and got ripped out outside and getting the belt for, I guess, not sitting still or.
That's what your crime was? Not
Yes.
sitting still? Actually, that's pretty common. Jehovah's Witnesses expect children to miraculously behave like they're not actually children for like an
Yes.
hour and a half every
It's-
week. That's like
it
a
is
miracle.
ridiculous.
That's a miracle in and of itself. Like, I mean, I don't know how they got me to do that. I wouldn't have been cool with that. Let me see here. I am trying to post this thing, but it's
You keep missing the field.
yes. And then when I do, actually, sometimes this thing breaks. Oop, your thing buzzed at me.
Attempted to unlock it.
Did you ever hear any of those rumors, like back in the day, like the Smurf stuff and the, like the the possessed thing bought from the garage sale and all that stuff?
Oh, there are hundreds of variants. There was the like haunted Buddha doll. You can basically interchange this with anything. I've heard the story a bunch of times. A
Mine,
little haunted Buddha doll that would, they started calling on this family in Mexico, of course. And because it was always like, it's never, oh, this happened here, like in town, and this is the first person to count. It's always like third person or something. Anyway, so the story was that the family started studying with the Johos, and they would bring in literature. Well, the little Buddha thing would get up and tear the literature up and go back to whatever. So supposedly the story is they tried to get rid of the haunted doorstop by fire, water, earth, get it all. Basically they tried to bury it, they tried to burn it, and they tried to put it in the river or something.
yeah.
And every time it would just show right back up. So completely plausible story. So after it would show up, finally they prayed and prayed and prayed. And I guess Jehovah wasn't really listening very much. So they needed to they kept getting the busy signal. So naturally, they would just have to go keep trying and trying and trying. So finally, after the 50th time, they were going to take an axe to it and demolish it and just blew to pieces or something.
Oh yeah, I heard that too, actually.
You heard that one?
Yeah, my grandmother told me that it was a slip that somebody bought. You know what a slip is, right?
That goes under the dress.
Yeah, and she said it was a slip that somebody bought at a garage sale, and that it was possessed by a demon or something, and that somebody tried to set it on fire, like you said, tried to stick it in the water, tried to do all kinds of crap, cut it up, and somebody finally threw it in the river, and it was screaming and shit, and something like that. So who knows?
There was I heard it it was a leather jacket though.
Show them your lovely, obviously professionally made logo there. Man. So you never really got smacked in the Kingdom Hall that much then, huh?
I mean, yeah, but then I wised up and stopped. Make it, getting up or.
You wised up? Is that what you're saying? You wised up and acted up? Or acted right?
I sat my ass in the seat, put my eyes forward.
Man. Well, I don't know. I didn't have quite the same experience. I actually got my ass beaten a lot in the Kingdom Hall. It didn't start until I was old enough to where they thought I should be paying attention and stuff. When I was a baby or a young toddler, I remember I have memories of falling asleep on my grandma's lap. You don't make so much noise. I have memories of falling asleep on my grandma's lap, and falling asleep against her chest and her petting my hair and all this stuff. But then when I got old enough for where I should be paying attention, that's when I started getting pinched, and then the pinching left bruises because it was painful, and she pinched pretty good. Oops, hold on. Anyway, not a nice time at the meetings usually, because I was a pretty hyper kid. And I was easily bored too. Oops, found out I had ADHD later on, but that's another story for another time. But yeah, I remember she would also take me to the bathroom and beat my ass too. So that was fun, but that was common too. It almost seemed like sometimes parents who, took their kids to the bathroom and spanked their kids were seen as more spiritual, because they're
trying to make them behave.
Spare the rod, spoil the child, that kind of thing. Same thing with the pinching. I don't know. Whatever works, I guess. I mean, these days they're showing cartoons that scare the crap out of kids, right? Telling them, you better behave at the meetings or you're going to Jehovah's going to kill you, or sort of, right?
Well, he'll drown you.
Yeah. Jehovah will drown you. Oh. Someone said they just ate 4 Flintstones vitamins.
Oh, somebody is partaking of the devil's lettuce.
Well, what's up, George Washington?
Party on, George.
Hey, Black Sheep, what's up? Oh man, how's it going?
How goes it in Epic Beardville?
We're actually just talking about Kingdom Hall beatings, you know, and I was telling CaptainApostate here about how you gave me a call about what happened yesterday, or the other day now, I guess, since it's Tuesday technically now.
You mean his psyche took a beating because he went to a meeting? Well,
why am I beating up the Kingdom Hall? Oh no, I don't beat up the Kingdom Hall. No,
I think it did fuck him up. He said, "Oh God."
Yeah, I don't hurt anybody. No, I'm not beating up Kingdom Halls. And CaptainApostate is not beating up Kingdom Halls, are you?
No.
CaptainApostate is afraid to go into a Kingdom Hall, for the record.
I've just got better things to do.
That's like his Achilles heel. It's his weakness. He cannot enter a Kingdom Hall.
That's my kryptonite.
That's okay. I'm okay with entering Kingdom Halls. Da, da, da. What's a Kingdom Hall?
Wow, who is this George Washington?
I don't know. George Washington is high as fuck, apparently.
Oh.
Well, thank you for joining us, George Washington. We appreciate being your viewing of choice during this lovely time that you're experiencing. Kingdom
What is a
Hall.
Kingdom Hall?
Kingdom Hall is a Jehovah's Witness church, basically.
Yes.
That's where
And
they
be
go.
sure and tell them that, and watch them squirm and get uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's where they go.
They
And
hate calling it churches. Just say like, "Oh, is that a Jehovah Witness church?" And it'll get them every time.
oh yeah, they don't like that word church.
They'll be like,
Ugh.
"Well, we prefer the term Kingdom Hall because it's where we go to learn about the kingdom."
Oh, Black Sheep recommends that you record a meeting once, and then that'll give you some stones.
Kidney stones?
Probably kidney stones. It gave me kidney stones.
That's true.
Oh man, I need a blanket. It is chilly. I don't know how she survives in this room.
Yes.
No, don't. She doesn't want us touching her. Thank you very much. Anyway, ooh, actually, you can go find me one, right?
Damn,
You
they
don't
got
have to-
churches thought of. Oh, it is a cult, Mr. Washington.
It is a cult. Yes, it's definitely a cult. But I was like comparing it to a church for, I guess,
A place of worship.
yeah, just so that you can get an idea of what it's supposed to be serving as.
Right.
Do you have any experiences you'd like to share from our lovely past, or your lovely past as a dub
Well,
before you
despite-
were CaptainApostate? Your origin story.
well, it was remarkably uneventful. No one molested me.
That's good.
No one railroaded me. No one asked me weird questions in the
Railroaded?
judicial community or committee.
What is railroaded?
Meaning, like, just had it in for you and like,
Oh,
you know,
just
like
came for you.
you should have been recruited, but you're just filtering, you know, kind of thing. Like unfair wielding of power did not happen to me.
So
I was well liked.
okay.
I just woke up to over a gradual period of time.
Well, I guess the worst thing that probably came out of it for you was what? What would you say?
What was that? I was reading George Washington's. He's talking about going in and beating up some people in cult churches. I'm like, no.
Oh yeah, no, we don't.
CaptainApostate is firmly against the use of violence.
Even though he's a freaking captain, which means he's in the military.
Yes, but our weapons are one of the mind.
If you say so. Anyway.
Spreading intelligent thought.
No, seriously.
Critical thinking.
What do you think is the worst thing that you got as a result of being in that cult? Like, what was the worst thing that happened to you?
Lack of education.
Lack of education. Okay. That's good. Yeah, I mean, but you did lose.
Oh, he spelled my name wrong.
CaptainApostate. Oh, that's great.
That's what your dad said. Called me. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
It's a joke.
Don't be insulting people that are watching
sorry.
this.
It's funny.
That's not nice. Yeah. Anyway, so back to the Kingdom Hall beatings. Yeah, that's actually a problem that a lot of people don't really talk about. They focus more on the child sex abuse because it is way more serious. It is. But the beatings in the halls, the beatings at home, those are a thing that still happen and happen on a more regular basis probably than the other stuff. I can remember being afraid on the way home from a meeting because I knew that I pissed my grandmother up to such a level that the beating that would be delivered was not able to be delivered in the Kingdom Hall because bad things were going to happen, you know, and maybe she didn't have the weapon of choice at the Kingdom Hall available to her.
Spoons.
Sandals.
Ooh,
I would get the chancla. I would also get the wooden spoon. I got high heels. I got whatever that little inner tube of a tire is. I got wire hangers, a car tire.
Jesus.
I got extension cords, like pretty much anything that was like long and could beat my ass. I got it. I even got a hot plate of food, but that was from my mom. I think she was quite drunk at the time. She had some problems with alcoholism for a period of her life. Anyway, yeah, that's also probably from being raised in a cult for her. I'm fourth generation, in case anybody who's watching this doesn't know that. Beating is ceremonial?
No. This is just
to control their kids.
The overly concerned parent in making their child sit still and listen, obey, and be blessed. So if you don't sit still, some will drag you out and beat your butt. I think it's a little less common these days because society in general is a little more anti-corporal punishment than it used to be. Because I've heard of people like, getting counseled and talked to because, you're kind of beating on your son a little too much. So that has been known to happen. So,
well, at least they don't want you doing it where it's like people outsiders are going to be seeing that shit, because then they're going to start associating that with Jehovah's Witnesses, and Jehovah's Witnesses don't want people knowing that that's how they operate.
Well, and sometimes it offends other Jehovah's Witnesses, so they go talk to the elders.
Oh, no, Black Sheep says the public talk is up and running. Oh man,
you better go catch it.
Thank you. Yeah, the public talk. It says it was about children. Do you happen to recall specifically what about children they were discussing? Like how to beat them? I'm just kidding. No, they wouldn't say that. They're not that obvious. What do they say? Like, oh, hey, Jasmine. It's Jasmine.
Hello.
Jasmine, you know CaptainApostate, right? Anyway, yeah, so the beating is not ceremonial. It's just a control thing, and it's excessive, like use of excessive force, basically. It's really not, I don't really like that crap. And yeah, like I said, I would be like wondering what it was that my grandmother was going to hit me with all the drive home. And she was just quiet, and you could just like freaking cut the air with a knife, the tension with a knife. The air was so thick with it, like the tension, it was terrifying. I was like, ooh, she's going to kill me. Like, that's, I mean, I was not, she didn't literally kill me, obviously, but because I'm right here, but like, I would be afraid of, the wrath that awaited me at home. It was not fun. And I mean, the woman cleans houses for a living. I think possibly to this day, I think she was in the process of retiring the last time I spoke to her. So she may not be anymore, but she's like 67 now, I think, or something like that. And she's been cleaning houses for ages, and she's pretty strong. So she was beating my ass, and not just her, but like she would send my uncles at me, like with whatever the hell was available to beat my ass too. And yeah, they were pretty violent. Like, they didn't just use like weapons and shit on me. They would also do things like choke me, but this was like this was when she was already disfellowshipped, like she was worldly or whatever, and she was inactive and still disfellowshipped, I guess, which is worse than inactive. Anyway, but yeah, she was having my uncles like do shit like grab me and like throw me against the walls and shit. But then she came back, and I mean, I'm sure she still advocates spanking it. I mean, she's kind of old school. But yeah, now she's a pioneer. After she had my after she made the decision for my mom to not have blood, and which ultimately cost her her life. After that, she was in again, basically. Like, she went back to studying a couple of years later, I think. Yeah, a couple of years later or so, she went back to studying after I moved out of her house. And I think she took like a year or so to finally get, reinstated again. But she was reinstated, and now she's a pioneer. She actually does the carts and everything.
Yes.
And some friends of mine over on the Dad channel, they were telling me that they think it might actually be possible that my grandmother kind of used my mom as a sacrifice to get back into the cult, back in their good graces and shit. Especially since my grandma actually, I guess, has another blood doctrine thing in the family. Like my uncle, he actually took a blood transfusion. Yeah, I know. And that's her firstborn child, by the way. Her firstborn that he was also mostly raised by his grandmother, kind of like me. And actually we're a lot alike. But nobody talks to him. And nobody did when I was growing up. And I didn't find out about why until I got older. My grandma told me that it's because he got a blood transfusion. And so, that's kind of looked down on and everything. I was like, oh crap, I didn't know. So, yeah, maybe I was thinking maybe she might have done it to balance out what happened with my uncle taking the blood transfusion. Like, well, one of my damn kids is going to take a stand or something. But I don't know.
The Red,
Go ahead and read some comments.
the Red King demands a sacrifice.
Say here.
Jasmine, rubber ruler, wooden spoon, switches, leather belts. Lovely.
Wow.
I don't know whether I'm talking about the shopping list for a BDSM event or, sorry. Anyway, Black Sheep talks about the How to Be Jehovah's Friend. Oh, okay. This is the Kingdom Hall video. They talk about behavior of children, and then you hear 30 minutes, and then you hear. So.
Yeah, he told me about this when he called me. Yeah. Like that.
The fourth choke. And Black Sheep, to clarify, not all individual witnesses are terrible. There are some informed ones that are awake and trapped in because they don't want to lose their family. There are also ones that don't with their kids anymore because, society as a whole is kind of frowned upon that these days.
Yeah. Witnesses across the border are not like physically abusive with their children. No.
But back in the day, like, it was more
common.
common in society, and it was definitely common in the Jada.
I would say so. Oh my God. It was way worse back then. But now society is kind of viewing beating your kids negatively. So they're kind of having to reform a little bit. Unfortunately, they can't do that with their blood doctrine because how do you go back from we killed shit tons of people and it was kind of an accident.
Oops. Our bad.
So yeah.
How about Caleb and Sophia? The proper view of the legend.
Why don't you pull up another lovely Caleb and Sophia video? Oh, yeah, that would be really screwed up though if they did have a Caleb and Sophia blood video, right?
Yes, I think it would be the most controversial video that they've ever done.
Yeah.
And I totally invite them to definitely please do it.
Seriously, go ahead, make that video. I would love to see that video. Come on,
I think
Jacob,
somebody who would have the balls to do it, like Rutherford, Judge Rutherford,
Come on, don't go soft on us, witnesses. You already went for the freaking gay people. Now let's hear what you got to say about blood from Caleb and Sophia. Let's hear it.
Yes.
I mean, if you really believe in that shit, then you should have the balls to make that video. Like, go ahead. If that's what you believe, then go ahead. Because I remember being taught that as a kid. So why not make a video about it? What, are you afraid
Mommy.
somebody on the internet might post it up and make fun of it or something?
I can see it now. Mommy, I'm sick.
Or maybe people will think that that's insane.
It's like, I don't
Or
feel
that
good.
major news outlets might cover it and think that you're insane.
Sophia, we will take you to the hospital. Don't worry. You will get medical treatment. Yeah, I'm trying. That weird hybrid Antonio Banderas, a weird hybrid Caleb Father.
Oh,
A
yeah.
strange muddled accent. So I'm pretty sure it's Latin.
I think he's trying to be Latin. That's his dad? That's the dad?
Yeah.
He
You haven't
sounds,
seen
yeah,
it?
no, I've heard his voice before. I've heard him in Black Sheep, not one of Black Sheep's videos, in Lady B's video. You should also check out Lady B. She records meetings, so you can hear all the lovely indoctrination shit that they like to pump down people's throats. Terrible, terrible crap. Terrible.
Yeah. So,
Oh no, not Jehovah created all things.
well, you wanted to hear like
Jehovah made Jesus first, then the angels. But there was no sun,
Yes, it's him.
stars, no
oh my God, we're gonna have the whole video on this. Holy crap, this is awful.
Okay, so
That's
Yeah.
worse than like the vacation Bible school stuff I saw today at this church.
oh, you were at a church?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
that's
doing
fun.
some work
Oh, fun.
for my employment.
He scrubs toilets at churches. George Washington wants to know who Jehovah is.
He is the
Alpha and the Omega.
a name for the Christian God deity.
Completely made up, by the way.
The name is made up.
By?
Some Catholic cleric in the 15th century or something. Let's see. Yes.
If somebody out there wants to make their own version of what they think that the blood video would look like, the Caleb and Sophia blood doctrine video, by all means do it. Send it to us. I want to see that. I'll be more than happy to feature it on my channel and give my feedback because that's hilariously bad. Like, I mean, maybe the Watchtower will use it as their own little example. Oh, Raymundus Martini. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, maybe the Watchtower will make their own based off of what you make. You might give them ideas. I mean, you know they love to rip people off for ideas all the time. People's work without even asking. 1270 AD.
Oh,
Yeah, Black Sheep knows his shit.
right. But the actual form Jehovah first appeared in the 16th century. But yeah, well, there was a variant of it. So
Right.
thank you for that. You're more accurate than Wikipedia, apparently.
Oh, man. Oh, and you
No,
told
it didn't tell me 1270. It told me 12th century.
tell Black Sheep what you told me about where the racist blood thing came from.
What was it?
Explain it
16?
first of all. Explain what we're talking about. Racist blood thing.
Okay, so one of the
Talk louder.
one of the origin ideas of how the blood doctrine developed. Well, there's two theories. Well, one seemed to be like because Judge Rutherford didn't want anybody participating in any pro-war stuff. Nope.
Nope.
Okay. No, well, the pro-war stuff was definitely a factor. Two, they had like a bunch of weird pseudo-scientific beliefs about health that was actually popular and with a lot of idiots back then. But especially the guy that
So I know how you found our video. Sorry, George Washington. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare the shit out of you.
now what was I saying?
You're talking about Rutherford or something. No, Presidents of the Watchtower.
Well, that was the one of the books that I came across. The other one was there was a popular feminist activist or something, and she wrote about something. Damn. I have it in my history right here. Where's my history? Damn it. Sorry, if I know you were going to ask me that, I would have
Oh, sorry. That was just an impromptu question.
No problem, man. We were just talking about it literally
Yeah, that's why I asked you
the
again.
other day. So I am.
And I was talking to you and Black Sheep about this, both. That's why I wanted you guys to talk to each other. Man, I think we scared George Washington away. Sorry, buddy. Apparently he was tripping or whatever, and like he was searching for a roast on YouTube, and he found our live roast. Was expecting.
Yes.
Oh, look, aid to Bible understanding. Woo. Oh man. So yeah, if you're up. Oh shit, George Washington is all right. Look, he's all right. He says he's tough.
Cool.
Way to hang in there, man.
Captain A.A. Give you the fist bump.
Okay, I don't think he wants any fist from Captain A. I'm just saying.
You mean it's not like his father? No, just kidding.
Oh, hey.
He thought it was funny earlier.
Leave him alone. Anyway, does anybody out there have any experiences with having your ass whooped in the Kingdom Hall, or being disciplined like in an extreme way? Oh, Black Sheep says, forgive my Latin. Jehovah need to chill. That's what George Washington says. Yeah, Jehovah does need to chill. He was pretty violent throughout the Old Testament.
Yep. He loved things like slavery, magic. Apparently he loved magic.
He didn't like magic.
He gave Moses a bunch of magic.
He sure did. Yeah, he gave him the ability to part the sea, to freaking turn his stick into a snake. What else? What else did he do? Oh, the waterfall. Yeah.
Turn water into blood. You know, all that shit.
Yeah, and he struck a rock and water started shooting out.
Right. And then after they got the rock off, well, then they got in big trouble because him and Aaron didn't attribute that to Jehovah. So he got pissed. And he's like, you're not going to go in my promised land. You're going to die on a mountain, motherfucker.
Jasmine says, I was grounded for a whole summer for skipping one class.
Wow, that's kind of extreme.
That is a little extreme. One class? Really? Shit.
Was there a beating involved, or is this related?
Oh, yeah. Did you get an ass whooping too? Or was it just like a... That's BS, Jasmine. George Washington is commiserating with Jasmine. Anyway, but yeah. The oops, I'm sorry. You're probably noticing I have a gigantic ass, like horrendous looking, disgusting bruise on my arm.
She got run over by a motorcycle.
I did not get run over by a freaking...
it looks like it.
I did not get run over by a motorcycle. Okay,
it looks
first
like
of all,
it.
all that happened to me was a tech at the hospital who was drawing my blood exploded my freaking vein all to hell, and it's bruised so much that it is still in pain, even though it's been how many days? Like almost a whole week, right?
Yeah.
It's been like a week, and at first it was completely swollen, full of saline, because they tried to pump saline into my vein, and even though the thing was blown already. So it was not only painful, but they shot a bunch of water under my skin, which left it looking like this nastiness.
Does that like hurt to the touch?
Yes, it does. Don't touch it. I'll kill you. Oh man, that happened to my friend in high school when he donated blood. Oh,
ooh,
ouch. Wow, she said she was spanked. Wow, at age 16. Oh man, by then I was running away.
But was it in the Kingdom Hall?
No, it doesn't have to be in the Kingdom Hall. I was asking about general, like the excessive use of violence or force or whatever the hell excessive violence. Like there's an acceptable amount of violence to hit your kids.
That sounds like a great movie, An Acceptable Amount of Violence. We'll cast Viggo Mortensen in it.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. I remember that my family would chase me around the house when I started getting old enough to realize I could run away. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, why am I standing here like against the sink ready to have my ass beat? I can fucking run away. So that's what I started doing. I would run away. My grandma would chase me. That's when she started employing my uncles to come and get my ass because, I mean, I could outrun my grandma, but I could not outrun my uncles. There's no way. And my uncles would tell me that if I tried to call the cops on my uncle, he said he would, he said that if I called the cops on him, that he would make it worth it, like worth my while.
Ooh.
Like he'd freaking beat my ass, I guess, to a pulp.
There are many that have heard that.
Yeah. It's like, so don't be freaking calling the cops, he said. Okay.
If you call the cops, that'll be the last time. And we'll make it worth it.
What was the most annoying thing you ever heard as a kid about Jehovah this, Jehovah that? Like,
Oh, gosh.
I don't do that because of Jehovah or something. I don't know.
As a kid, it's hard to say. As an adult, I found quite a bit.
Like what?
Well, one of my pet peeves is when you be sitting around and there'd be just a table full of elders, right? And so you're just kind of like sitting there with them. And this is at a get together or something. And they all start basically trying to act like who's more fucking righteous.
Really? They act like who's more righteous?
Yeah, the way they do it is they talk about like they start getting hot and heavy about all these like, well, half the friends probably won't even make it into the new system, or the other ones they'll be like, oh, it'll be like, hey, what if
Don't blow out the candles. Don't say things out loud that you wouldn't want Satan to hear.
okay.
And no, don't worry, Black Sheep. George Washington is just somebody who happened to find our stream when he was searching for roasts.
But yeah, so they sit around and be like, they do these little like thought experiments that make them sound righteous. So the thought experiment would be like, what if you're about to walk into the new system, and Joe said, well, no, you didn't, you had that beef with your brother or whatever, and so you don't get in. It's like all these like weird little scenarios like that, and they just kind of circle jerked it. Yeah, it was pretty sick.
That does sound annoying. I hated when my grandmother would talk shit about other sisters to me. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Isn't that like hypocrite? You're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to like try to get along with them and shit. And like, I wasn't in when this would happen. Like, this was when my grandmother was still trying to get me to come back. And it was like a few years ago. And I would be like going to the store with her or something, and she would start gossiping with me about, because obviously I'm not in the congregation, so it's not gonna get back to them if she tells me, yeah, sister such and such wouldn't contribute for gas this time, and sister whatever was being a cunt, like stuff like that.
Are they allowed to say cunt?
No, they're not allowed to say cunt. She didn't call her a cunt, but she would say bitch, and she would say a few swear words sometimes, especially like when she was driving. She would get really pissed off, and she would swear while she was driving. And I'm like, you can't be swearing. You're a Jehovah's Witness. And she would get mad at me for telling her she couldn't swear because she's a Jehovah's Witness. And I'm like, but you are. You're fucking pioneer. You can't be fucking swearing.
Apparently Black Sheep thought that George Washington might have been a J-Dub trying to get pioneer time.
Oh.
Like, no, he's just a dude. It's cool.
Can you count time on YouTube? Is that why they're coming to our apostate
videos? It doesn't
videos?
exist. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, that's right. I did count time that didn't quite exist.
Who didn't?
I'd be like, I throw in a few Jehovah's in one conversation, even if it has nothing to do with any preaching or anything, and that totally counts as
Wow.
an hour of witnessing.
Shit, mine just get made up. It's like probably at the end of the month. It's like, well, I didn't really get out in the ministry this month. They're like, wow, surely you did this, that. It's like, well, there's 5 hours. Okay, see ya.
Oh, Yeah, George Washington is in Utah, where there are Mormons everywhere.
Dang.
Wow. It's beautiful there, though. Like, there's lots of hiking and shit.
That is true.
Anyway,
What
did
happened?
you have anything else that you... Oh, no, I was reaching down there for popcorn.
Um,
Do you have any other random experiences? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me talk about Jasmine's stuff real quick. The don't blow out the candle shit. Yeah, for like your birthday, because Jasmine grew up with her mom, who was Jehovah's Witness, I think, after a certain point in her childhood, and then her dad wasn't a Jehovah's Witness, so she still got to like celebrate her birthday and shit a little bit with him.
so we
So
get her
she
a
was
birthday
probably
cake.
she was probably like pressured like not to blow out her candles and stuff on her birthday cake, and not to like accept birthday presents and shit, or like they probably blackmailed her emotionally about shit like that. I'm sure that's what she's referring to.
Ah.
That don't blow out the candles because it summons demons, and then don't say things out loud that you wouldn't want Satan to hear. My grandmother used to say that to me too.
Well,
She
there
used to
was
say
a,
you're
there,
inviting Satan into
there-
your home with those kinds of movies that you're watching and
There
all this
was
other
a-
shit.
there was a belief that went around. See, all you youngins didn't get to hear all the cool ass stories. All you heard some of them. So I mean, but in later years, the last couple of decades, it's been really frowned upon on talking about any kind of demon stories or anything like that. So, but way back in the day, it was like
Here, look.
campfire entertainment.
Here we go. Check this out.
Ooh, it's a news item.
It's
What do we
from
have
Sent in by Black Sheep. Oh shit! It's redirecting. Let me just close this whole thing real quick. Oh, Jesus. Sorry. Why isn't it doing it?
Maybe click the link.
Well, I thought it would just do it by itself. Excuse me.
It's in the computer.
Okay, what are we looking at here?
Russian Jehovah's Witnesses banned after they lose appeal. Well, I mean, I don't find them very appealing. Do you?
Not particularly, no.
Okay. So
And
let's
they're
see the
losing their
cliff
fucking,
notes.
they're losing their property apparently. Hold on, where is the cliff?
Oh.
That's not cliff notes.
Yes. Well, we don't all know. I mean, we don't all know, but many of us know that
They were
the
banned.
Russian government banned them as being an extremist group
Mhm.
because they are a sect that prints a lot of crazy crap and they have wacko beliefs. Now, that's kind of anti-freedom and all, but we're not really going to get into that discussion. We're just talking about the facts. So yeah, they basically lost their appeal and their assets are going to be liquidated.
Woohoo!
And they're going to appeal to the European Court of Human Rights. But,
Bye.
well, Russia's going to ignore probably that, most likely.
So what? I mean,
Oh, shoot.
it's not like they're taking away their right to believe in Jehovah.
Right. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, Black Sheep. I just checked my phone. That's the article
what
we
we
were
were
just
talking
reading.
about.
Yeah.
I mean, they suck, so I don't like things that suck. But on the other hand, it's like Russia's never been one real big country for freedom and rights, unfortunately. You know, here they have the freaking Westboro Baptist Church and they don't shut it down. So, advantages to living in a free society: freedom to be an idiot, but also having other idiots that you can't stand ruining people's lives around you.
Okay. Now to derail a little bit, and go back to the original topic. Did you ever hear people use the phrase "making Jehovah sad" before the Caleb and Sophia shit?
Never personally. I mean, similar wording has been used, like we don't want to disappoint Jehovah or something like that. I mean, I'm sure I may have heard it. Okay.
Oh, he meant is.
Yes. That is.
No one has the right to teach this shit to kids and make it their world. Well, I agree that they shouldn't.
Yes,
that
but
they
the
shouldn't.
problem is
Do they have the right?
who makes that decision? you know, somebody else that controls a bunch of people and tells them what to believe, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't want Jehovah's Witnesses around, so I'm cool with them being banned. I am.
I mean, it's
I like
gonna make
freedom
it,
of speech, but not for crap that's very obviously harmful. Like, I mean, I'm not talking about things that that people are stupid and they don't know how to operate, like toys that, you know, people end up getting pissed off about, that, oh, they should be banned because people keep dying from using them. It's like, how about you just stop being dumb? But not dumb, but like, how about you use it properly? Learn to use it properly is what I mean. Instead of, yeah. Oh, that was spoken out of anger. Oh, he's talking about the Jehovah's Witnesses thing. No, it's okay. It's all good. I get you. I don't want them to have the right to practice, but I mean, I guess it's really not my choice. I guess it's probably why I don't make laws, but I'm a little biased about the Jehovah's Witnesses, I'm not going to lie, because I know some stuff about them that isn't exactly favorable. But yeah, see, George Washington has the right idea.
yep, shouldn't practice whatever you want as long as you don't hurt others or force it on others. Yeah. Well, I mean, the argument could be made like that's a very nuanced statement, because a lot of their shit does harm people, and then they kind of are obnoxious about like forcing it on others. They don't really force it, but they're just annoying. You know, their damn cards everywhere.
No, that's not true. Hold on. I think Black Sheep and I would probably disagree that they force it. They do force it.
Well, if they force it on their own children and stuff.
Hell yeah, they force it on their own children. They force it on their own children. They
not
force
on
it.
General public.
They force it on their own children. They do try to force it on the general public by going out and pissing them off at their own houses and shit, showing up in full suit and dresses and all that stuff, and trying to look authoritative and scary, and, well, not scary, but intimidating at least.
Yeah, but have you seen the numbers on how many hours of preaching it takes to baptize one person?
Read what she says. Oh, and hi, by the way.
Hello. Freedom of speech is different than freedom of institution, leadership, etc.
Go on, say what you want to say. Let people know what CaptainApostate believes.
I would need to like break that down over a long discussion, because I mean, if you can't have freedom of speech as a group of people, then that's not freedom of speech either. So you can create an institution. We shouldn't put barriers on that. Now, it doesn't mean that I don't think we could like get rid of like them being not taxable. They want to operate like a business, then tax them.
Yep, tax those fuckers.
They'll still be free to do their shit.
CaptainApostate knows what's up.
I'm going to be nice and not take that joke to the extreme. Anyway, cool.
Yeah. All right.
CaptainApostate. That's lovely.
You like being CaptainApostate?
Not especially.
Well, I mean, it's better than CaptainApostate.
Why?
It's funnier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What about you? Oh, shit. Never mind. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so, let's see here. I wonder if George Washington over here in our chat was raised in any organized religion. What do you think? George Washington, were you raised in organized religion of any kind? Or maybe in a cult? And Black Sheep says they'd go broke with all the lawsuits against them if they were taxed. Well, good. Then they would be destroyed either way, right?
What would that have to do with being taxed? The two are kind of unrelated. I'm not understanding where he's going with that.
George Washington says he was raised Catholic.
Okay.
That's who the Jehovah's Witnesses always talk shit about.
Spectacles, testicles, wallet.
Whenever somebody tries to bring up all the child sex crap with the Jehovah's Witnesses, they always go, well, the Catholics and blah blah blah. That's kind of messed up, huh?
Most Catholics I know are just Catholic in a cultural sense.
Yeah.
It's almost like being Jewish.
Catholic in name, basically, not in practice.
And it's just they go do their rituals and shit.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
well, that's good. You don't devote yourself to anything. Devote yourself to yourself. Oh, there we go. More from Laura.
yes. And if they were taxed like a normal institution, then fraud could be uncovered. Unfortunately, because they're not, they don't look at them. And the IRS is like super gun shy about going after religions because, thank you, Scientology, motherfuckers.
God, they're really scary. They're really threatening.
That double fist pump
Laura,
thing was for Scientologists.
You have any experiences you want to share that you feel comfortable sharing about having your ass beaten in the Kingdom Hall? Maybe you got taken to the
Pizza and money. Eat pizza,
maybe you
get
got
money.
taken to the bathroom during the meeting because you were being too loud, or you were playing or dicking around. I don't know. Or maybe you got pinched a lot like I did during the talks because I was falling asleep because brother such and such is boring as fuck. Can't deploy a good illustration to save his life. Just the same boring dry crap.
Does it show that people are typing? No, it
No.
doesn't. Oh, okay.
Why would it?
I like that, pizza and money. That's going to be my white rapper name.
I had pizza today. Delicious vegan pizza. It was
I
wonderful.
should have eaten pizza earlier. Okay, they'd have to pay taxes on everything they own on top of paying off lawsuits on top of paying. Well, yeah, but the lawsuits are still a separate thing.
Well, it was supposed to be about, we were talking about Kingdom Hall meetings because that's something that happens that people don't talk about very much. They talk more about like the child sex abuse and stuff, but they don't really mention the whole how kids on a daily or weekly basis, several times a week, well, not several, but a couple of times
Well,
a
now
week.
it's a couple times.
Yeah, a couple of times a week will get their asses beaten a few times possibly in the same meeting. And you can hear the kids screaming. I mean, Black Sheep heard a slap, an audible slap on a kid. So Black Sheep has more comments here.
Money's money. Yes, I saw it. Money's money. I know an elder that bragged to me about decking a man out in service. Oh, that sounds like a major douchebag. Why would he deck the man out in service? Like,
Yeah, I
what
wanna
was,
hear
what
that
was his
story.
motivation? Did he say Jehovah sucks?
I've always wanted to answer the door to a Jehovah's Witness with like a neck full of like pentagrams and shit, and like my fucking Metallica shirt on with no pants on or anything. Like,
With a
Yeah,
cup
they're
that
like,
says cow's blood?
what's up? Like,
Like,
fucking
I'm drinking blood.
get a big old Black and Mild like hanging out of my mouth. Like, the fuck do you guys want? Just to scare the shit out of them. I don't actually smoke cigarettes or tobacco. Tobacco's gross for me. It's not my thing. Whoop. It is not my thing. But if you like
Shoot,
tobacco, I
kills
hope you're
roaches,
at least
dead.
smoking the least radioactive kind that you can. What?
I said, shoot, kills roaches dead.
Lovely.
Yeah, well, I had to explain the big ass noise.
Rock on, Amanda. Oh,
So-
God. Oh, I tried to call your fucking.
The what?
Tried to call
The Kingdom Hall you were at?
Yeah, fucking the last one that we went and crashed. Yes, he's my getaway driver. You're my getaway driver. That's okay. He doesn't go in the Kingdom Halls because he's a wussy. Well, it's true. He doesn't. But yeah, no. I tried to call the last one, and they didn't fucking answer me. So that's not good. I'm gonna have to figure out some other way to set up a meeting with some Jehovah's Witnesses. I want to get.
They'll refer you, if you call that one, they're like, where do you live? And so they'll go, they'll refer it to somebody in your territory, or they'll just send like a CO helper with some other experienced brother or something, if they actually are serious about meeting you.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, they won't. I have a feeling they're not going to want to meet with me. But I'm going to call them anyway. I'm going to see if I can either set up just a meeting with the elders or some kind of Bible study. I would like to get a Bible study started with one of them, but I don't see that fucking happening because they already know me. They already recognize me. They're going to know why I want a Bible study. It'll be pretty obvious. Even if I don't tell them, they'll contact somebody and somebody's going to tell them, yeah, that's that crazy girl that goes in and prays in the kingdom hall. Oh, go ahead.
Laura responded about the elder that bragged about decking a man out in service. It was a machismo thing of some kind. I can't remember. He felt like he was being challenged or something.
I'm sorry there. What the? Oh, man. That's terrible. Did you ever see any crazy shit out in service? I had a lot of people slam the door on me when I was a kid and I was trying to, say stuff. I couldn't believe people actually slammed the door on a kid.
There's been people that have come to the door with firearms, that not with me. There was one lady that came to the door half in a towel. I mean,
my God.
I wish I would enjoy that one a little more, but okay. I heard some stories like this one dude who was really kind of fringe witness that we knew for a little bit. He lived in Austin, and he said he had a job selling newspaper subscriptions door to door, some kind of door to door sales bullshit. And or maybe he was saying, I think he was out in service at the time by himself.
Black Sheep, actually, I think Black Sheep has told me that before, that he was called a Satanist once. Somebody yelled out a window at them while they were out in service, "You Satanists," or something like that.
As a Joho?
Yeah.
Wow.
They called him Satanist.
Well, they do have their Reject Jesus party.
They do have a Reject Jesus party. Every
they're
April,
actually
right?
rejecting the Christian doctrine and
Every
Jesus'
April.
salvation. So if you want to get it from that angle, it could be interpreted as kind of a satanic act.
What's the date for the Satanist party? Nice and something, whatever the
Nice
fuck.
and 666.
Yeah. Devil parties. Isn't Satanism built off of a joke?
Well, you mean religion? No, it's okay.
Don't say that, man.
You mean the Jehovah's Witness religion?
I welcome all kinds of viewers, by the way.
No, but
Even religious.
Okay, so
Even Jehovah's Witnesses.
well, even the concept of Satan wasn't fully developed until the Middle Ages. That's where we get the whole imagery and the fact that he's the devil or whatever. There was, back in Jewish Old Testament times, the role of Satan was more like the devil's advocate or he was basically for the defense or something, like a prosecutor or something. So that kind of stuff, the imagery and whole Satanism, as a religion, everything is very recent. Bye, Nigel. Nigel?
Yeah, he's having breakfast, apparently.
We missed him? Oh, passing through. Having breakfast.
Ooh, I hope it's good.
Cheerio.
I'll take some of your breakfast. I'm still hungry.
I'll have a Scotch egg and...
Ew. Isn't that what the hell is... Oh, yeah, it's covered in sausage or something. Ugh.
Yeah, it's an egg
That
covered
sounds
in a sausage.
diarrhea-inducing, dude.
It sounds happiness-inducing right about now.
Hope it's Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch is good, except it fucks your mouth up, the roof of your mouth. Yeah, if you eat too much of it, and I eat a big ass bowl if I'm gonna be eating any fucking Captain Crunch or something like that. It has to be it's definitely going to fuck my mouth up.
I do admit to the occasional when I want cereal, I want Raisin Bran or
Raisin Bran. What are you craving, a good shit or something?
Raisin Bran, and what's the other one? Ooh, sometimes I would mix it with what is that? Grape nuts. Oh, I love grape nuts.
Yeah, George Washington knows what's up. It is worth it to eat that Captain Crunch.
Once in a while.
No, not Raisin Bran, Captain Crunch.
Raisin Bran with grape nuts. I'm telling you, that's like amazing.
Ew, that sounds weird.
It's not.
No, I mean Raisin Bran in general. I'm more of a cornflakes person. I don't like raisins.
Well, it's too bad there isn't really colon blow like on Saturday Night Live.
Nightmares now. Colon blow?
Apparently, according to George Washington, if you eat enough Captain Crunch.
How old
Raisin
are
Bran,
you?
how old are you?
See? How old are you, man? What are you, like
Old
80?
enough to smack your
He's
daddy.
he's old enough to need the fucking Raisin Bran so that he can shit like a
Fuck
normal
you.
person.
It's not true.
Well, he wouldn't answer him, so I had to
God
give
damn it.
Anyway, sorry, we're getting off topic here, so we're just going to go ahead and say goodbye for the night, and we'll be back with another episode sometime soon where we ask Captain Apostate about Jehovah's Witness dating, the exciting world of online JW dating.
Ugh. Scary. The
And
stuff of
not only
nightmares.
that, but of course the physical aspect, in-person aspect of dating, because of course there's all kinds of weird crap like they have to have a chaperone, even if they're an adult. Even if they're like in their 40s, they still have to fucking have a chaperone.
Yeah.
They make you.
Are you still teasing, or are you just going ahead and go talk about it? You're like going into extreme detail.
No, I'm just saying, like, those are the things that we're going to be covering, and we get to hear his story too. Should be fun. And I'll talk about some of my experiences as well. So tune in next time. And if anybody else wanders in, please feel free to leave comments with your experiences within the Kingdom Hall or even at home, getting abused physically by your parents or other relatives. I was actually, my family would give permission to whoever was watching me to beat my ass. So that was fun.
Legit.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh yeah, if she's misbehaving, just feel free to, just a little bit. And that ought to knock some sense into her.
Start religion, get money.
Oh man.
And then.
Oh, Black Sheep wants to do an ass kicking stream, I guess.
We
will have to do that at some point, definitely. Anyway, all right. Good night, George Washington. Thanks for hanging out with us, and Laura and Black Sheep, of course, and who the hell else was in here earlier?
George,
and
Nigel stopped
Nigel.
by, and then.
Yep. Thanks for all the people that managed to make it out for the live part of this
Jasmine.
show. Oh, and Jasmine, of course. How could I forget Jasmine? You still owe me cheese. No, I'm just kidding. All right. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.